Margaret L's near-death experience, or NDE. She is 84 years old at this recording.
No, we spend most of our lives being scared of it.
Well, I've never really been because I'm a Christian and believe,
So you had just had an angiogram,
and I had,
and
you have to fast. And so, of course, first thing when I could have food, I could order, and I had that little meal. It was like in the afternoon. And they were getting my paperwork ready to go home.
She was all ready to leave.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I still had the IVs in my arms. And they pulled that out the last thing. And also the angiogram was through the wrist where they used to go through the groin, but it was here in the wrist. Anyway, my cousin was sitting next to me, and of course she had to get out of the way because they came from every which way. I don't know that. Mm-hmm. And I came to when I finally came out of it. My doctor, my cardiologist, was standing, and he was ready to go home, so he had his winter coat on. But he had told him what to do, and it just wasn't my time. But I would like to go tomorrow or right now. It's so glorious.
What was that like?
Like I say, the feeling of, and of course I didn't get far enough where you talk to relatives, some people, because they pulled me back. When I came to, but then of course I needed a pacemaker.
Where did you think you were? I mean, when you're looking at this light, what were you like?
I think up.
But to yourself, you weren't like wondering, where am I?
No, I wasn't out that long enough, I don't think. But if I died right here, I'd be happy. So I think I'm going the right direction. That's what I told people. If I keep my nose clean, I'll still go that way, because some people don't go that way. But I did, yeah.
So you said you felt peaceful?
A peace like you can describe. And I'm not a worrier, especially. Or don't get all uptight everything, but it just, I can say, it's hard to describe. And since that, and I was not a believer either. I found out people are, I believe that someday I would raise up and go to heaven, my faith, but I never believed that people would go through this but I do now. And I've read up then of other people. And I when they are trying to describe it, I can see that it's what I want to, but there's just not words. Or you can't fathom what. Like even the light is different.
I've read that too, where like the colors are not the same colors or lighting.
Yeah, it's not our colors but it's beautiful and very bright,
I've heard one person describe it as like if you think of a photo and a negative, except that this life is the negative, and then you get there and suddenly you're in the photo.
Yeah, I didn't see myself in anything. Or family, some get far enough where. But I wasn't out that long. Had I? Well, I don't know. The good Lord has a day and number, whatever. I'm going to die.
So
that's my faith. But
you didn't see your whole life pass before?
No, I wasn't out long enough because I was still in the medical. Now, had I been driving home on the road and that happened, because I would have been eventually.
Well, we wouldn't get to hear the message from you.
Yeah,
but don't
hearing it.
But don't, death is not something to be scared of.